When scientists start adding to knowledge about a topic, they typically publish articles reporting results of a single study or a few related studies. As you know, though, they're really interested in the accumulated knowledge. In other words, they want to know about the bigger picture created by multiple related studies. Systematic reviews and meta-analysis are both types of articles that provide the bigger picture by combining information from multiple studies that were conducted independently. Systematic reviews provide the bigger picture by reviewing the results of related studies and drawing conclusions based on logical analysis. Systematic refers to the process used to identify the studies included in the review. It begins with a rationale and a hypothesis. In other words, the researchers start with a focus rather than just going on a treasure hunt. The researchers also create a plan for locating studies before they begin, sometimes including conference presentations or other credible work that wasn't published. That process is typically reported using a flowchart similar to the one on the right side of this slide, which is part of the preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis, or Prisma for short. Prisma originated more than 20 years ago in response to concerns about the quality of reviews. A meta-analysis starts in a similar way to a systematic review, and the articles often include the Prisma flowchart. The difference between the two is how the authors use the information from previous studies to draw conclusions. While systematic reviews are based on logic, meta-analyses combine statistical results and conduct further statistical analysis. That process allows researchers to draw conclusions about the size of the effect. In other words, how meaningful it might be. As you've probably gathered, the main difference between systematic reviews and meta-analysis compared to other empirical articles is the number of studies supporting the conclusions. By including multiple independent studies, the authors can confirm the results are consistent and, if they are, the implications of that. Compiling information from multiple studies also means that the conclusions are based on more participants. That helps to add to confidence that the findings generalize to the population. Compiling information from multiple studies can also help researchers discover that findings do not generalize and identify patterns that weren't evident given the characteristics of the samples from individual studies. For example, it may illuminate differences between different demographic groups or situations. While systematic reviews and meta-analysis have a number of strengths compared to studies with smaller populations, we still need to think of them as a single study and, therefore, only part of the bigger picture. In addition to the possibility that new studies will identify important details, the author's focus for a systematic review or meta-analysis may lead to conclusions that can be questioned. For example, in the fall of 2022, the journal Psychological Bulletin published 2 systematic reviews focused on growth mindset interventions that arrived at very different conclusions. Psychological Bulletin is published by the American Psychological Association and considered highly credible, making it less likely that the process of either review was flawed. Growth mindset, which is the belief that intelligence can improve, has also been widely studied, so the discrepancy isn't because it's really an esoteric topic. There's been a lot of back and forth about those reviews, and the discrepancy may lead to new discoveries. For now, it's simply a reminder to continue to be open to alternative perspectives and new findings, even if we're thinking about a systematic review or meta-analysis.